Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the most iconic motorsports venue in the world, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's a special Thursday-Friday edition of the Road to Indy presented by Cooper Tires. Welcome to Road to Indy TV and live coverage here from Speedway, Indiana, of what will be the first of three races for the drivers here in the Cooper Tires USF2000 Championship. We have a full field of drivers getting ready to attack this 2.439-mile, 14-turn road course, the facility that was built within the walls, the confines of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway so many years ago to play host to the Formula One circus. Now a big part of the NTT IndyCar Series season, part of the month of May here at IMS, and as such has become a key component as well for the drivers here in the Road to Indy. The opportunity for these young drivers to get a chance to race here at these hallowed grounds. Drivers getting set to go, as I said before, here in this USF2000 program. Qualifying went in the books a little earlier this morning. Those of you may have tuned into the broadcast here. Again, we say hello to those of you who have tuned in. Great to have you with us here in our live coverage, whether it be on the Road to Indy TV app, on USF2000.com, or, of course, roadtoindy.tv. Again, this is the Cooper Tires USF2000 Indy GP, the road course at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 21 drivers set to go. Starting at the tail of the field, Kyle Dupel in the number 8 for Cape Motorsports. An issue with Kyle, not able to get a lap in during qualifying. He's been a top 10 runner throughout the season, so we expect to see Kyle, the driver from Portland, Oregon, working his way forward quickly. Moving to row number 10 on the outside, Christian Bogle in that number 7 machine. Bogle for Jay Howard Driver Development, of course, out of Covington, Louisiana. He's getting ready to roll again, as I said, from the outside of row number 10 alongside young 14-year-old Josh Pearson. Pearson in the number 16 machine out of Wilsonville, Oregon, driving for Exclusive Autosport. Rookie campaign here, just to kind of get the feel for the waters for Josh Pearson. Looking forward to working what he'll be able to do next year with a full season under his belt. Prescott Campbell is teammate Exclusive Autosport, the reigning champion of the Lucas Oil School of Racing Formula Car Series. Campbell out of California in the number 1 machine starting 18th alongside Wyatt Bracacek. Bracacek in the number 5 from Johnstown, Colorado in the Jay Howard Driver Development machine set to go here in the 17th position. Rookie making his debut here in the USF2000 program, Michael Myers in the number 24 for Legacy Autosport. Michael, the runner-up to Prescott Campbell last year in the Lucas Oil School of Racing, won the Winter Series as well. He'll start in the 16th position alongside the Colorado driver Max Kaiser for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports in the red and white, number 41. Row 7 will have another one of our rookies, the F1600 Championship point leader now in the FRP program, Simon Sykes for Legacy Autosport in the number 20. His first start here, his first time under the tunnel at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway earlier today. Simon, a good qualifying session in 14th, looking to work his way into the top 10. He'll start alongside fellow rookie Bajoy Garg for Jay Howard Driver Development in the 18. Row number 6 will be Cameron Shields making his first run with D-Force Racing. Shields winner last year at the Freedom 75 at Lucas Oil Raceway. He'll start 12th alongside Christian Brooks, the young Californian for Exclusive Autosport, another rookie in the program. They'll start together on row number 6. Row 5 will see Nolan Siegel on the outside, and on the inside, Michael D'Orlando. Siegel, second-year driver, now running with Jay Howard Driver Development. Michael D'Orlando out of Hartsdale, New York for Cape Motorsports. Second in the points right now in that number 4. Row 4 will be Yuvan Sooner-Murley alongside Matt Round-Garrido, both drivers for Pabst Racing. While row 3 has Josh Green, the rookie out of New York for Cape Motorsports in the number 2. And Christian Rasmussen, the point leader, 6 race wins to start the season. Dominates the action thus far. He'll start on the inside of row number 3. Row 2, Jack William Miller coming off a strong run, a podium finish at Lucas Oil Raceway in the Freedom 75. He'll start 4th alongside Eduardo Barrichello. And as the drivers field up to come out of turn number 14, Reese Gold, his 5th consecutive start on the front row for Cape Motorsports on the outside. And Kiko Porto from Mexico Brazil, Kiko Porto for D-Force Racing, his first career pole. Drivers getting ready to go, and we are underway. Green, green, green! Here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Aaron Likens throwing the green at the yard of bricks, and we are racing. The big run down into turn number 1, always so crucial. Here they come into turn number 1 now. Spreading 3, 4 wide, locking up the brakes. Does everybody get through cleanly? Let's see what happens in 1. Good thus far. They can go 2 wide. A little bit of corner. One driver sideways. Other drivers scrambling on through. Everybody able to continue. Someone got super sideways coming out of turn number 2. Otherwise, everybody tucking in. A few drivers dropping further to the tail of the field. Some getting aggressive. Out early. Kiko Porto? No, that's Porto in the 17, the D-Force driver, getting out early, taking full advantage of that pole position. Big run down now of Holman Boulevard into turn number 7, side by side with Jack William Miller to the outside. Book it. Does he hold the spot? He does. Jack William Miller goes to P2 around the outside of Reese Gold. Great start there. Eduardo Barrichello sliding into the 4 spot. Impressive opening lap for Jack William Miller, full of confidence. A 5th at Mid-Ohio, a 3rd on the banks of Lucas Oil Raceway. And he is looking good for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports. He is now up into P2. So the first lap settling in. A couple more battles. You can see the fight there just inside the top 10 as the drivers come through turn number 13 through 14. And will roll their way out again out onto the front straightaway for the first time at speed. We'll give you a full field rundown when they come across here. Again, drivers working their way across the line for the first time. There's a big battle there as well further back as Reese Gold fully under attack now. That's a side-by-side battle between Reese Gold and Eduardo Barrichello. Gold's going to have the inside run through turn number 3 and through turn number 4. He's going to hold off Barrichello, but Eduardo very aggressive right now, trying to find a way by. Christian Rasmussen now running in that 6th spot. 7th is Josh Green. 8th, Michael D'Orlando. 9th is Matt Round-Garrido. 10th, Cameron Shields, or rather 9th, Cameron Shields. And 10th, Christian Brooks. Again, Reese Gold now kind of going on the defensive. Got a good run of podium finishes so far for Reese, but he is really getting pushed hard aggressively here by Eduardo Barrichello for P3. Rest of the field kind of settling in here now. Kyle Dupel with 3 spots early, works his way up into the 18th position from dead last. So a good opening lap for Kyle Dupel. Looks like we have a pass of potentially further back as well. No, there's been trouble there for Jack William Miller. He has fallen back to 3rd. Looking over at live timing, come back and look over, and Miller's back. He's down to 3rd spot now. He's under attack here from Barrichello and Nolan Siegel as well. We're going to go 3 wide the straightaway. 3 wide. Barrichello to the outside. Siegel to the inside. That's 3rd, 4th, 5th. Big run across the track to the inside. Look at the changes in lane coming into the corner here. A lot of action. Oh, one driver going off. That's Jack William Miller. He's overcooked turn 1. Miller has overcooked it in turn 1. He'll have to blend back in outside of the racetrack. He'll lose at least 5 spots. Maybe 6, maybe 7 or 8. Well, that's the penalty for going off in turn 1. You're not supposed to be able to come back with any real advantage. And he just overcooked it, trying to get on the brakes into there. He had drivers left and right of him coming down the straightaway. And look at that lead for Kiko Porto. Kiko Porto in the number 12 from Recife, Brazil, in the Banco de Coval Petromega machine. The rookie out of Brazil for D-Force Racing. What an opportunity here now for the young Brazilian. Porto out front. Reese Gold slots into 2nd. 15-lapper. Look at this 2x2 battle continuing. What a fight there. A lot of great racing here at USF2000. Out of turn 14 again. One driver into pit lane. Someone is headed to pit lane. I think that's Jack William Miller. There must be an issue. He went off like, I don't know if it was a brake issue. As we got more big run down to the wall coming on the straightaway. Someone got to stay to the bottom. You got to stay down there. I tweeted out a picture of race control. They see all this. That driver staying pretty low. Maybe a half a width up. I think potentially Simon Sykes in the Metashare machine for Legacy Autosport and Maserati. Simon went down to the bottom of the racetrack to hold the spot. He had worked his way to 13th. Porto, Gold, Barrichello, Josh Green, Nolan Siegel now the top 5 as Josh Green's been able to work his way to P4. Here's a pass further back there as well. Just cut away from a little early. That was inside the top 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Someone making a good move to the inside. I want to say Christian Brooks up a couple spots as well. I got to say Brooks, yeah, he's the 8th position already. Good start there for Christian Brooks. Brooks started in the 11th position. He may be up to 8th at this point. Maybe even 7th. Christian Brooks out of Santa Clarita, California, on the move. Behind him, Christian Rasmussen. Christian's won the first 6 straight races in a row. First chink in the armor is right now, where he is not even in the top 5. We'll see as they come back around to complete lap number 5, or this is 4 coming across the books. Yep, this is 4. Porto, Gold, Barrichello, Green, and Nolan Siegel. Michael D'Orlando runs 6th. Christian Brooks 7th. Matt Round-Garrido able to get around Rasmussen as well. Shields now runs 10th. Sundaramur the 11th. Prokachik at 12th. Kaiser 13th. Sykes 14th. Garg 6th, 15th. Campbell 16th. Bogle 17th. Pearson up to 18th. 19th is Myers. Dupel goes back down to 20th. He was up to 18th. Kyle Dupel not able to make any moves forward right now. And Jack William Miller, as we said, in the pit. He potentially is back on track. Not sure what happened to Jack William Miller. Had some good momentum coming into this race. Luckily for him, 2 more races tomorrow. An opportunity to come right back here at IMS and right the wrongs from Thursday. Again, Indy Pro 2000 drivers set to go as well today. 4:05, I believe, scheduled start time for the Indy Pro 2000 drivers in their first race of the triple header. Fantastic racetrack here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We've seen some pretty solid and dominant runs over the past couple of years here as well. This event, though, normally very early in the season. In fact, it's the last couple of years, it's been either the 2nd or 3rd race of the season after St. Petersburg. Another big block move further back. Not sure which that was, but that was a big move to the inside. Little lock up there as well. A couple drivers going side by side through 1 and 2. Here's a shot outside of turn number 4. This is turn 4 as well. Here's the 5-6 switchback that leads on to the long straightaway. Inner part of the racetrack, Holman Boulevard, leads right down through the tunnel between the short chute, the north end of the speedway, between turns 3 and 4 on the full oval track here at IMS. Here's the lead right now, as we said, for Kiko Porto. Reese Gold 2nd. Eduardo Barrichello 3rd. Man, this shakes up the championship, doesn't it? Wow. We talked about the fact that Christian Rasmussen came in here so strong. Fire up the PDF file. Yeah, big lead coming in. Massive lead, in fact. I want to say 85 points, I think, coming in. Unofficially. Michael D'Orlando 2nd in points. Reese Gold 3rd. Eduardo Barrichello 4th. And Josh Green 5th. I want to say they're all running in front of him right now. Potential to cut that lead significantly. Rasmussen now 7th position. He's been able to get in this battle here right now for Brooks. With Brooks, they're about 1.2 seconds behind Michael D'Orlando. D'Orlando running in 6th. Matt Round-Garrido able to get by Christian Brooks now. So that's a pretty good battle. That's Rasmussen, Brooks, probably Rasmussen, Round-Garrido. Now Brooks has fallen back about a second. He was up into 7th, I think, at one point. Field's starting to stretch its way out. There's Porto, Gold, Barrichello. And we've got Green, Siegel, D'Orlando. Rasmussen most definitely closing up. He's starting to get things rolling here now with 6 down. Still closing on the halfway point. And there's Rasmussen to move to the inside of D'Orlando. No. Oh, D'Orlando's going to go off. D'Orlando's going off for sure. D'Orlando didn't want to give it up, and he is going to lose at least a half a dozen positions coming back onto the racetrack. Tried to cook it down into turn number 7. A lot of pressure from Rasmussen on the inside. Christian, an easy pass there. Put the pressure on. D'Orlando just locking the brakes up, and there's nothing you can do there. It's flat. Straight off into the grass. So move Rasmussen to P6. So trying to mitigate the damage now, although he's got a fantastic lead, as we said, in the points. So move Matt Round-Garrido to 7th, Brooks to 8th, Sundar Amurthy to 9th, and Cameron Shields into the top 10 in the D-Force Racing entry. Field kind of lining things up right now, but again, the issue with a race like this, 15 laps, drivers have to take care of their tires to a certain extent. It's always that give and take on how much you trim out. Now, again, not as much adjustment in the aerodynamics of the cars here in USF2000 as you do in Indy Pro. Christian Brooks looks like he's going to get attacked here by Yuvan Sundar Amurthy pretty soon. Christian not able to hang with Matt Round-Garrido, just turned his fast lap. So Matt Round-Garrido, 126.943, actually quicker than the leader last time by. Not quite as fast as Reese Gold, who is slowly chipping into the lead now. It was 0.4 of a second last time by for Gold. He's going to get that draft on Porto pretty soon. So Reese Gold, who's been on the podium the last 5 races. Actually, yeah, I think the last 5. Let's go look at the points again here. For Reese Gold, last 4 races on the podium. 3 podiums at Mid-Ohio, 1, of course, at Lucas Oil Raceway as well. Coming home in the 2nd spot. Had that rough opening weekend at Road America. That was the biggest issue. He and Nolan Siegel getting together on the opening lap of our first race of the year. Off in turn 7. That hurt them both. They had to start at the very tail of the field because they weren't able to get a fast lap in the race 1, which set the grid for race 2. Both starting at the tail of the field there. Luckily, he was able to work his way back forward, but not without having that issue. There's a pass for Yuvan Sundar Amurthy. He's able to get by Christian Brooks. So Brooks now, Sundar Amurthy to 8th, Brooks 9th. Cameron Shields, Wyatt Prokacek all in there as well. Michael D'Orlando trying to settle things back. Trying to get himself back into the fight. Brooks going back after it. Shields and Prokacek right there. Shields for D-Force Racing, Prokacek for J. Howard Driver Development. D'Orlando looks like he could be potentially out. Oh, Brooks going at it with Sundar Amurthy. Had to look to the inside coming through there. Actually, to the outside because Sundar Amurthy blocked so much to the inside. A couple different battles there. Brooks going at it with Sundar Amurthy and Shields trying to hold off Prokacek. This would be a good run for Prokacek getting into the top 10. Drivers further back. Bogle, Sykes, Pearson, Myers all turning their fastest laps last time by. Again, for Sykes and Pearson and Myers, just a good opportunity to get seat time. Same with Prescott Campbell. This is their first season in the program. For Sykes and Myers, their first ever USF2000 race. There's the gap between the leaders. We may not even be just having 2 drivers battle it out. It looks to me like Eduardo Barrichello putting good lap times down as well. Indeed, 0.4 faster than the leader last time by for Barrichello. Green by himself, 4th. Nolan Siegel in 5th. Christian Rasmussen still 6th, but he's 1.6 seconds back. And he's back of Siegel, 6.9 back of the leaders. Big gap back from Matt Round-Garrido to Yuvan Sundar Amurthy. The 2 Pabst drivers separated by almost 4 seconds now. That is from 7th back to 8th. There's the battle for the lead right there. Watch them coming through turn number 10 and 11. Through 11 now, up under the banking. Reese Gold biding his time. Who's going to, you know what, we could have a first-time winner here. Kiko Porto. Any one of these top 5 drivers would be first-time winners. Nine wins on the career for Christian Rasmussen. Won 3 last year in his rookie campaign. He's won 6 to start the season off already. Doesn't look like the 7th win is potentially in the bag for today, but he's trying to still capitalize and get as many points as he can. This is the battle right now between 1st and 2nd. Look at Reese Gold going to work on Kiko Porto, and this is going to bring Barrichello into the fight for sure. If Porto goes on the defensive with 5 to go, we're going to see a good scrap here. Yeah, Barrichello's coming. There's no doubt about it. This is going to be a 3-driver fight. Every time they go too wide, it just gives Dudu a little more pull coming down the straightaway. Barrichello, look, a big inside move again. This is going to be an over-under right here. There's no way you can run that inside line. There goes Reese Gold to the outside. Can he hold it? Another over-under. This is going to keep crisscrossing. Oh, I'm surprised Gold couldn't pull the trigger there. That was a big inside run. When you drive the inside line like Kiko Porto did, you got to brake earlier. You got to put more wheel input into it. I'm surprised that Gold couldn't get a better run. There's got to be some sense of urgency from the spotter as well, as Barrichello's there. Eduardo Barrichello about to make it a three-driver fight. This is good racing here. They'll put lap number 11 in the books this time by, I believe. All right, here comes the big long run down the straightaway. What's Porto going to do? He'll go to the bottom. It'll be a big run to the outside for Reese Gold. I got to think Gold's going to be able to take the lead coming down here. Hey, Barrichello's going to make it 3 wide. How about this? 3 wide to turn number 1. Gold to the inside, to the middle. Book it. He's through. Can he hold it? He can't. He cannot hold it. And I think Barrichello's getting through as well. He does. Barrichello goes to P2. Reese Gold threw everything at it there. Probably didn't need to go that deep into the corner. He'll go back to 3rd. 4 straight podium finishes for Reese Gold. He's still in that position now. Barrichello closing up on Kiko Porto. Tremendous racing. Christian Brooks has been able to pull away from Cameron Shields a little bit, 1.1 seconds. So that's the battle for 8th and 9th. That's Sooner, Murthy, and Brooks. Otherwise, that's probably one of the closer battles. And then it's Shields, Prokachik, and Kaiser. They're all together as well. Those drivers within a half a second. So that's kind of the fight for 10th, 11th, and 12th. We got ourselves a great scrap, so we're not going to go back that far into the grid right now. This lead group is solid. It's actually allowing Josh Green to come into the fight as well, and maybe even Nolan Siegel. Erasmus is still pushing hard, but not quite as quick as Porto and Gold up front. Nolan Siegel's got to watch out as well because he's got Rasmussen coming. Quicker than 2/10 last time by, only 1.1 back. They'll put lap 12 in the books. 3 to go this time by. Another good run down to 1. Beauty of this racetrack. Barrichello settling back in now, getting a feel for that second spot. Porto's turning some pretty good laps. Not that last one with all that side-by-side racing into 1. They dropped down to 107. That's what's allowed Josh Green to close up. Only driver the 26s on that last lap, though. Christian Rasmussen, still in the 126s. You wonder if anybody saved a set of tires or saving some tires for round number 3 tomorrow afternoon. That'll be interesting to see how people play with the allotted sets of Cooper tires, especially in these triple headers. Do you give up one race and let your driver kind of hold on? All to have that fresh rubber potentially in the last race. Or do you save that set and maybe have some trouble if you're not in the championship battle? Do you bolt a set on midway through the second race to try to get a fast lap in the books? We've seen that happen before. Not good for the championship. You said you give it away by not finishing well in the second race, but if you want to try to win one, different story. $12 laps down. It'll be 2 to go when they come across the stripe. 2 laps remaining. Reese Gold falling away from that lead group. This could come down to Kiko Porto and Eduardo Barrichello, although if they start racing side by side, here you go. This is going to be give the opportunity. Barrichello trying to sweep around from the outside. Big over-under for Barrichello. Rockets out of turn number 1. New leader. Barrichello to the lead. Eduardo Barrichello has taken the lead in race 1 of the triple header here at Indy. Porto under full attack from Reese Gold. Gold knows he needs to get by here. Josh Green after it as well. Porto in full defense mode. He'll go to the bottom of the racetrack again. Gold's going to pitch outside. Hold him down to the inside. Big runs outside move. Gold around the outside. No contact. He'll go to P2. What a lap. All the excitement here on lap 14. White flag will fly next time by. Josh Green closing up as well. Green, the New Yorker out of Mount Kisco. Closing up here as well on Kiko Porto, who's going backwards. Qualified on pole, led the majority of the race, but finds himself back in 3rd after a disastrous 13th lap. Make that 14th lap. This is lap 14. I believe we'll see the white this time by. Look over my shoulder here from the pagoda, and indeed Aaron Likens is showing the white flag. This is going to be tough for Reese Gold. He's not close enough to take full advantage of the draft, but it's a long straightaway. Coming down to turn number 1, not quite close enough, but he uses the draft to get within a couple of car lengths. That could potentially open it up in turn 7. Good run through 1, 2, and 3 for Barrichello. Look at the gap he was able to develop. At least another car length. They'll pound their way through the switchback, 4, 5. Can Barrichello get his first win? Somebody's snapping the streak of Rasmussen. Top 4 drivers have yet to win on the road to Indy. One of them is going to come home victorious. Look how close Gold's getting into the braking. Does he throw it in there? He does not. Josh Green's closed up big time. He wants the podium. Right now, 3 different teams in the top 3. Pabst, Cape, and D-Force. Could it be a drag race to the line potentially here still too. Good run out of turn number 10 and 11 for Barrichello. I don't know if it'll be enough for Gold. He'll need a really good run through 12 and 13. He tries to close back up. Green thinking the same, trying to go to the podium. Through 13, final lap. USF2000 kicking this thing off with a bang. Here comes Barrichello out of the final corner. Does Gold have anything for him? It's the big drag race. Checkered flag waiting. And the winner of his first race in USF2000, Eduardo Barrichello. Barrichello with the win. Impressive run, chasing down the leaders and getting the victory. Another podium finish for Reese Gold. This is going to move him up in the championship. Kiko Porto in 3rd on the podium. 4th, Josh Green. 5th, Nolan Siegel. 6th, Christian Rasmussen. 7th was Matt Round-Garrido. 8th, Yuvan Sundaramurthy. 9th, Christian Brooks. 10th, Wyatt Prokachik. In 11th, 10th, coming across the line was Max Kaiser. Not sure what happened to Prokachik there. 10th, Kaiser. 11th, Cameron Shields. 12th, Wyatt Prokachik. 13th, Prajoy Garg. 14th, Christian Bogle. 15th, Simon Sykes. 16th, Josh Pearson. 17th, Cal Dupel. 18th, Michael Myers, and drivers not getting to the end. Michael D'Orlando did get to the green checkered flag, but a little issue. He had to come to pit lane. Prescott Campbell and Jack William Miller out early as well. I believe that maybe Campbell able to get back out onto the racetrack. Miller, though, with contact out of this race. Nonetheless, Eduardo Barrichello coming from deeper in the field, closing his way up onto that battle for P1 and P2 and just put his head down. When they started racing, he took full advantage of it. A nice over-under on Porto, who was blocking to the inside of turn number 1. He's able to take the spot with that over-under and come out on the other side clear of turn number 2 and 3. Barrichello the victory by 0.283 seconds. Drivers now working their way into pit lane. Of course, victory lane and the podium presentations will commence as soon as the drivers get out of their cars and wrap things up. But nonetheless, to cap things off here, Eduardo Barrichello with the win. Reese Gold 2nd. Kiko Porto finishing off the podium in 3rd. Josh Green and Nolan Siegel rounding out your Fast 5 or top 5. Christian Rasmussen, his first non-victory, non-podium of the year in 6th. Matt Round-Garrido in 7th. 8th, Yuvan Sundaramurthy. 9th, Christian Brooks. And 10th is Max Kaiser. That will wrap things up for this particular race in USF2000. 4:05 scheduled start time for Indy Pro 2000. We hope you guys join us again here on Road to Indy TV and on USF2000.com. Switch over if you're on your website, on your laptop, to IndyPro2000.com or RoadToIndy.tv. All the coverage from round 1 of Indy Pro. We got a podium still to do, folks. What a run. Congratulations to Eduardo Barrichello, the winner in USF2000.